Hi, everybody. My name is Emily Furman, and I'm a research specialist with the Supporting Transformative Autism Research Initiative. Thanks for joining us today for our discussion with Debbie Berkeley from the Student Disability Access Center about the services SDAC at UVA offers and her tips for families with high school or college-age young adults. Welcome, Debbie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so can you start off by sharing a little bit about the work that you're involved with SDAC here at the University of Virginia?
Sure. So I am the Associate Director of the Student Disability Access Center, or SDAC, here at UVA. And I work with quite a quite a high number of the students with autism spectrum disorder who come here to UVA. I have many of them on my caseload, and many of the students that I work with, I meet as they are coming in as first years during the spring or summer before they come to UVA, to kind of help them identify housing accommodations and academic accommodations and other supports that they may need as they are transitioning in the fall during their first year. Other students may reach out after they get to UVA and recognize that they may need accommodations once they get here. And then I do also work with students who get to college and then realize maybe that they have some traits of autism spectrum disorder and would like to sort of explore that a little further and would like some support while they are learning a little bit more about that. I do meet with many of my students once a week, maybe just to check in for about 15 minutes or 30 minutes, just to kind of make sure that they are organized and, have everything they need for their classes, but also kind of in terms of their dorm and their weekly routine. And then I also have a group that meets once on Fridays, just to kind of socialize and hang out and relax and have fun. So.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate your really important work, so thank you. So kind of on the topic of transitions, what is the main thing that you'd like parents to know about a high schooler transitioning to college or into the workforce?
I think that it's really important that high schoolers are definitely part of the conversation as decisions are being made. There are a lot of choices as high schoolers are deciding about where, what the best options are for them in terms of transitioning into the workforce, transitioning to college. But I also think it's really important that they know what those options look like, and what the expectations are. So visiting work sites and seeing what the work actually looks like, visiting colleges and seeing what the campus looks like, what the dorms look like, maybe what the classes look like. The class sizes may have, there may be 200 people in the class, or the classes may be smaller, so that students can kind of have a concrete idea of what they're signing up for and what to expect when they get there. I think is really important for students, particularly students with autism spectrum disorder, so that they have a really clear idea of what it is that they're committing to.
Right. So you gave some good tips just in that answer, but do you have any more tips for a high school senior, what they can do to prepare for higher education or for joining the workforce?
So just knowing, students may have had accommodations in high school, and accommodations are also available in the workforce or in college. And so knowing that you can seek out those accommodations at the college that you have chosen, or in the workforce, and that may be in the form of in college you can still get extra time on tests and exams. You can still take your exams in a quieter environment, or as I mentioned before, you can still request housing accommodations, whether that's a single room or, you know, selecting your roommate so that you're living with somebody that you know, you know, asking for a quieter dorm, or a special interest dorm, or, you know, something of that sort. But definitely connecting with the Disability Services Office on campus can be very helpful, and meeting with somebody once a week who's just somebody that you're familiar with, that can sort of answer questions that you may have, that may be just even logistical questions, can be extremely helpful. And then on the workforce side, there are, in Virginia, there's a really wonderful organization called Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services. They can provide job coaching and help you with transitioning into the workforce. And every state has a similar organization to the Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services that can provide that support. But also, when you go into the workforce, there are, you know, small modifications that you can ask for. Can I have a workstation that's a little bit, you know, quieter and not right in the middle of everything? Is it safe and okay for me to wear noise canceling headphones or listen to music while I complete my tasks? If there are meetings that I have to attend, can I have an agenda before I go to the meeting so I know what to expect and what they're going to talk about at the meeting, so that I can be ready when I go? Is there a mentor or a supervisor that I can meet with once a week so that I can ask questions and get feedback? You know, those are all really simple things that you can ask for at your workplace that can make it much easier for you, the high school student, to do your job a little bit better. Yeah.
Awesome. Those are great tips. So how can current students help assist their peers with disabilities?
So I think that, you know, by just reaching out and talking to them about what their plans are, including them in those conversations, talking to them about what they are doing to sort of prepare to go to college, or go into the workforce, what kinds of concrete things that they are, you know, that they're doing to kind of get ready. What kinds of things are they buying to get ready to go to college? What kinds of things are they, you know, are they looking for roommates? Should these students be looking for roommates? You know, things that they, those concrete steps that they are taking in, and including them in those conversations can be really, really helpful. You know, how, in terms of workforce, you know, if I have a job, how am I going to get to work? What kind of transportation, you know, what does transportation to work look like? And helping students start thinking about and asking those types of questions themselves, so that they are ready to start thinking about those types of questions. You know, if I have a job, am I going to eat lunch at work every day? Am I going to go out and buy my lunch? Am I going to bring my lunch to work every day? You know, just including their peers in those types of conversations, and asking them those same questions, so that they start thinking about those practical questions themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And then speaking specifically about, parents of individuals who have autism spectrum disorder or individuals themselves with autism spectrum disorder, what are some strategies that can help make the transition from high school to college go more smoothly?
Yeah, so I think that again, visiting colleges can be extremely helpful so that students, when they make a decision about what college they do choose, they know what they are choosing. I think a lot of times students may choose colleges based on kind of reputation and what that college can offer, and as opposed to whether it's a good fit. And so thinking about things like, I think that a student who is very academically bright, there are a lot of colleges that can accommodate that student and meet that student's needs. And so visiting lots of different colleges and thinking about, would this student flourish at a smaller college that has smaller classes where the student can sort of get to know the professors and really shine? Would the student flourish at a larger college where there are opportunities for them to work in labs? And so visiting some different types of schools and really thinking about what is the best fit for that student. I think sometimes students may get an idea in their mind about, hey, I've heard of this college or I've seen this college and this is where I want to go, but helping to have some guided visits and conversations about what is going to give you the best overall college experience can be really helpful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That was all the questions we had for today. If any of our viewers have any questions about this presentation, feel free to email us at star-autism@virginia.edu. And thanks so much for sharing your knowledge with us, Debbie. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well.